I want to talk today about waterfall charts, and I've had a few questions about these because they don't come as standard templates in Excel. In order to get the result like you're looking at on the screen, you need to take and manipulate a stacked column chart in Excel and make some adjustments. I won't spend too much time explaining why we use waterfall charts. It's fairly self-explanatory. We just want to show the increases and decreases in a cumulative balance over the passage of time. And in this example, I've just covered the opening balance and the closing balance in blue, and any increases in that balance in green and decreases in red. So let's jump in. The first step, as with any charting exercise, is to start with the data and the time period that data relates to. I'm just going to move this to the right for the time being because we won't actually use these numbers in constructing the waterfall chart. We can't actually use negative figures because if we use negative figures, we get the bars appearing below the zero on the y-axis. We don't want them to appear as negatives on that axis. We want to have them showing relative to the previous month's result. So we have to do some cleaning up here. So I'm just going to make it a little bit easier to follow. The movement is the data that we started with. Oops, increase. I'm just going to separate the increases and the decreases. So the decreases first, we're going to have the min of that number in 0. We should only have 3 numbers because we only have 3 negatives in our range. But as I said, we can't have negatives. So we need to adjust these to positive numbers by just putting a negative in front of the formula. As you can see, they converted to positive integers. We're going to do the same with increase numbers, so the max of that number and 0. So it just takes the highest of those 2 numbers. Now we have 9 figures and 3 noughts, so it's excluding the downgrades. We also want to have a balance, which the balance is basically this invisible part upon which the green and red bars sit in our waterfall chart. So in order to get a balance, we should start with an opening balance. I'll just say 45. And for those of you who've seen my videos, I'd like to just have input shown as yellow cells. So in order to get the balance, the opening balance for each month, we want to have the sum of any previous balance plus any increases minus any decreases in the current period. We should go. We have opening balances each month all the way to the end of 2018. And we've just assumed an opening balance of 45 for December 2017. And that's our data. So in order to construct our waterfall chart, we just take these 4 columns, including the date, select a stacked column. I'm going to make some edits here. I'm going to remove the title. So we don't need the chart title and we don't need the legend because we know what we're building. And as you can see, it's coming together quite nicely already. The orange bars represent the decreases in our cumulative balance, whereas the grey bars represent the increases. The obvious step is we have to remove these blue bars because they actually need to be invisible. So we're just going to set it to no fill. But we want to keep the opening and the closing balances so we can see where we started and where we end. Now, we might want to actually just make this width a little bit smaller so that the bars are closer together. So let's just make it 20. That looks about right. 34%. And just to make it easier to follow, I'm going to colour all the greys, so all the increases in green, and all the decreases in red, similar to the example I showed you at the start. And there we have our waterfall chart. I hope you found this useful and you enjoyed this video. Good luck with your waterfall charts.